was Curly Top's The Divine Bette Midler in the Showgirl Must Go On, which airs New Year's Eve on HBO. Curly hair in that one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
Was that a wig?
No. Yeah, of course it was a wig. What do you think that was my real hair?
Now, you say in the show that you invented trashy, but you were tame compared to some of today's girls.
Yes,
Explain that.
Well, in my day, you couldn't, if you had a sex tape, you would be jailed or hung by your fingernails. Or you were ostracized. In my day, I don't want to say. I swore I would never use those words in my day.
Okay.
And now here it is, and I'm saying in my day, and that was not that long ago. A sex tape would not make you a star.
That's the only thing that makes you a star now.
Now it helps a lot. It seems to help a lot, but I don't think it would help me. I don't think it would help me.
You're too funny.
I don't think they
don't want comedians doing sex tapes.
No, they really don't.
They don't.
Although, I don't know, sometimes in that movie, The Hangover, that last scene, I was absolutely appalled. Completely appalled.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But there's a difference.
It doesn't take much to appall me.
All right.
I'm shocked at everything.
Yeah. You're very Presbyterian or whatever the word is.
I'm just shocked. I think because I was so convinced that life was the way it was. When I was growing up, I settled the way life was, and I was not prepared for how fast and how violent the changes were going to be.
Oh, no one is.
Yeah, no one is.
The whole 20th century is riddled with violence and craziness.
Yeah.
Now, there's a difference between bawdy and trashy. So when I throw out a name to you, you tell me if they're bawdy or trashy. Lady Gaga.
She's bawdy.
Bawdy. Madonna.
She's also bawdy, but she has a little edge of trash. No problem with that.
Barbara Bush.
Barbara Bush is Presbyterian.
She is.
Yeah, she's Presbyterian.
How about Angelina Jolie?
Angelina Jolie is neither.
She's neither.
She's neither. She doesn't seem to be very amused or amusing about anything.
No. She has the tattoos, though. Is that trashy?
I don't think.
No.
Well, on some people it is. I was looking at the website Laugh Out Loud Tats. Have you seen that? Never mind. Okay, let's go on.
I never saw that.
LOL Tats, hilarious.
Really? It's funny?
It's like people who make mistakes.
Oh, that's funny. I'll look it up. What about Larry King? Bawdy or trashy?
Neither. Come on.
All right. Okay.
I like Larry. He was really
good
to me.
We all love Larry. He was good to me, too.
I adore him.
Look at him. There he is.
God bless him.
Yeah, he's going to spend time.
We're going to miss him.
You know when they say I have to retire because I want to spend more time with my children? He means it. He has 2 young kids.
I know that.
Yeah, he's getting up there. He needs to spend time with them now. Let's talk about getting older. A lot of women in their 60s are working.
Yes.
Case in point, you and me.
Yeah.
Barbara Streisand.
Yes.
Who else? I had people's names down here.
Well, Barbara Walters, so she's not 60.
No, she's older than that. She's older than that.
Yeah.
Diane Sawyer. And then there's Betty White, who's 88.
Candice Bergen.
Candice Bergen is in her 60s, doing very well. I like her too. So, what is it about? How come we're still working? What happened to ageism?
It still exists. It still exists. They kind of like shunt you off into a kind of a place where where you're okay, where you're acceptable. Where you can have your demographic. Where
Well, that's true, but that's true of everybody. Everybody needs a demographic.
Yes, I guess that's true. Not everybody, but people in show business need a demographic.
Yeah, people in show business have to have their audience.
Yes. And why do you think we still keep working? I personally think that it's very nice to be wanted. It really is nice to be wanted, and sometimes you get to the point where you need the money. You're used to a certain kind of life, and you need it. It's expensive, relatively expensive, and you need I don't think that's so hard to understand. No. And a lot of people don't say.
No, I understand people wanting to work. It's that usually you're thrown out at a certain age. But I think that if you start younger, it's okay. I don't know that you can start at 70 or 80.
You can't start anything. That's not true.
Why not?
Well, I was talking.
Remember that woman, Where's the Beef? She had that big career in that commercial.
She was 1 in a million.
Okay.
Let's talk about Betty White then.
Yeah, what about her?
Now, I looked at Betty White's calendar. I don't know why, but somehow I was looking at Betty White's calendar, and this is what it said. And Betty White is very hot now.
She is.
Charity, talk show. Charity, talk show, charity, talk show. Shooting, charity. So there's like a flip where they really want you to raise money for causes, and if you have a cause that's very dear to you, as I do, you find yourself being swept up in the joy of being able to keep these organizations alive.
I know your organization. You're personally determined to clean up New York City.
I tell you, I'm like a dog with a bone.
You are like a dog.
I am.
with
I'm
a
like
bone.
a dog with a pile of poop.
You're a dog with a broom.
Oh my, telling you.
But you know, Fran Lebowitz, there's
I saw
a documentary.
That. Hilarious.
But she says that, you know, people like you have ruined the city by cleaning it up and making it pretty.
It's true. It's true. She is very anti. She's very anti New York. She is very anti. In fact, I had to get into a car with her and two other women, so she could drive me along those streets that they've made into little seating areas for the tourists.
Yeah.
I had to go down down Broadway with her while she pointed out every mistake that they had made. She's absolutely livid about it, and she thinks I can fix it.
Well, yeah, I know.
She said, "You've got to help me with this." I couldn't get over it.
Okay, here's another thing I want to talk to you about.
No punchline.
They just, that's all right, they just repealed Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Aren't you happy about that?
I'm very happy
We
about
have our
that.
gay guys and girls out there.
Absolutely. People who want to serve and serve, and they can serve honorably, and they don't have to hide.
It's about time.
It's about time.
And John McCain, this is a sad day.
You know what? He's a. Don't say it's a sad day. I mean,
He said that.
He says it's a sad day, but look where he's coming from. He's a guy who served in the military, who was in a prison, a prisoner of war camp. He has very strong feelings. He's how old is he?
I don't know.
Well, you're asking him to totally change his stripes. I mean, some things are not going to change.
Whatever.
Go with the flow. Be a willow. Don't be flexible. Don't be rigid.
Listen, if I was a willow, I wouldn't have this show, okay?
Okay, well, I just want to say this. It came through. The rest of the Congress came through.
I know.
So it didn't really
I'm
matter.
happy about that. And gay marriage will be next. And immigration, the DREAM Act is the one after that. That's what they have to deal with. Okay, now, what do you make of this Carrie Fisher thing? Or should I hold that for the next segment?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm going to hold it for the next.
I saw her show and I liked it.
It was great. I'm going to talk about outing people in the next segment.
What did she out now?
John Travolta.
She did? Why did she do that?
She did that. She said, wow, I mean, my feeling about John has always been that we know and we don't care. Look, I'm sorry that he's uncomfortable with it, and that's all I can say. Travolta's furious. I mean, he's never even been to a Bette Midler concert.
You waited all that time just for that punchline, didn't you? That's all right. I don't care.
Yeah, so anyway.
What do I think?
Yeah.
I think I have no idea. I have no feelings about it. Does she know John Travolta?
Yes, she says she's a friend of his, and she outed him.
Well, she's not much of a friend.
If she outed him, and it's true, we don't know if it's true. She said
I don't know if it's true either. I would never
Unless I've slept with the guy, I will not say that.
You are a poor performer, and I'm going to tell them you're a gay. I mean, how does she know? How does she know? I think that's so strange.
We'll be back with more from Ms. Bette Midler.
On the other hand,
yeah.
the certain